everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Tori if you're new here, and today we are going to pop into my local King Soopers, which is Kroger everywhere else, and we are going to see what we can stock up on for our prepper pantry on a budget. I have been reading, just like you, all of these media coverages all about the railroad shutdowns, and I will say I take a lot of the media with a grain of salt. A lot of those headlines can be daunting, and I really started to process how this could affect my family. So today my focus in the store is to find items that my family and I frequently eat that can last a long time and won't cost me a ton of money. So if you are new here, we would love it if you stuck around. We make videos 4 to 5 times a week all about life here in Northern Colorado. We do everything on a budget, and we love to prepare for just about anything. So if you like that kind of thing, we are a great time. Make sure you have your bell notification turned on so you don't miss any time that we upload a video. Before we get into this, I did want to start off with a little confidence chit chat. And if you're here for the haul, no worries, you can skip ahead. But if you want to listen, it would mean a lot to me. I will say, as a woman here in 2022, we've been preached for a while now all about confidence. Confidence in your looks, your job, your money, your role as a mother and wife. And I will say, without a doubt, I've struggled with that kind of thing. But over the years, my main focus switched to being confident in preparedness. So preparing for my family, being able to feed my family, being able to defend my family in the event of an emergency. And I will say all of those media titles this week did have me in a little bit of a scare. And I used to say that I was prepared and a little scared. And I will say that now I am prepared and not scared. So I wanted to share that all with you, that it took a little bit of time for me to build this stock, to become more knowledgeable in the art of prepping, because that's really what it is. But it does not have to be complicated. Stock up on what you know your family is going to like, stock up on a budget, and make sure you know how to use those types of foods in different dishes. I always say find items that are versatile, unless you have some sort of favorite item that you just like to keep on hand. Thank you for coming to my little TED Talk. Without further ado, let's get right into the haul. Hey, I'm back. I had something that I was thinking about. We got the groceries. We got some phenomenal hauls. I know some of you get mad at me when I'm talking to you in the car and I'm driving, but you're literally on a tripod. I can't emphasize it anymore. I promise this is the last time I'll address it, but I literally would be doing this singing or talking to a friend anyways. So no, this is not a distraction to me. Sometimes I look over, but I don't know what to tell you. We live in the boons. I'm going 30 miles an hour. Anyways, what I was thinking about in the store, I never want you to think that I'm not taking the news seriously. I think, a railroad closure is a big deal. I really do. I think it is. But I think the media uses a lot of boom words, trigger words for some of us. And especially over the last few years, it scares a lot of us. And I got a comment last week on my stock up haul saying that, I get 100 positive comments, so I'm not worried about it, but they said that I was fear-mongering and I'm creating psychological warfare for them. So it's really hard for me. Okay, so it's really hard for me not to laugh at that, because I take mental health very seriously, if you know me. And this is going to be another hard thing for me to say, but if you think that my channel is creating psychological warfare on you, I don't like this term, and I know it's going to sound a little off coming from me, but you need to grow tougher skin, because I am not creating psychological warfare. Yes, my titles may have some booming words in it, but we all know that I am trying to grow my YouTube. So if I make titles like that, and I want my videos to be seen that I work extremely hard on, all while being a stay-at-home mom, and I do it all for free, then that's my prerogative. I'm allowed to do that. So if it's triggering for you, you need to find another channel, and be careful out there, because there's a lot scarier channels than mine. So I did want to say that I am taking this seriously. If you see my titles and you're scared of it, just give me a chance. My gosh, just look at my videos, please. I always say never judge a book by its cover and keep an open mind, for Pete's sake. I got another comment that said they're leaving because organic is a gimmick. That's fine if you don't believe in organic food, but that doesn't mean I didn't give you a haul. If you were enjoying the channel up until that point, then why leave? I mean, don't let the door hit you, because we don't really need you, but I get so annoyed because the part of YouTube that I wanted here was to create a community with not like-minded people. I wanted some sort of conversation of people from all different kinds of walks of life. I wanted a conversation that wasn't just the same all the time. Like, that was a big part of this. So, I mean, if you're here to be negative, then head on out, because we don't need you. But I did want to address, before you think that I'm not taking this seriously, that I am. I mean, I get that food security is a big hot button issue right now, and I'm just hoping my channel brings some sort of positive inspiration, because, you know, I still have friends that I can't talk to them about this kind of thing because they, you know, think I might be a little out there, but I mean, I always have been, so they kind of know that. But being prepared for your family, we talk about this every single week. It's not a crazy thing. I mean, even if you're not preparing for a food shortage, inflation, got a little bumpy there, recession, I mean, all of those words that we keep hearing, why wouldn't you prepare for an emergency? We witnessed a tornado last year and we were told to leave our homes, which didn't make sense to us, but I mean, we never thought we would witness a tornado out here. We didn't realize we were that far east. I mean, there's just so many different things. Job loss, which we also experienced. Sickness, extreme sickness, for both of my children, that, I mean, you never know. So why not? Why not put a little back, you know? I don't know. I'm going to get off my soapbox, but that is like my little spiel for today, because, you know, it all hit me in the grocery store. I had a minute to sit there and think, because I don't get a lot of time to do that. But I'm going to take you home here. We're getting a little bumpy. We are out in oil country now, so I will take you home and I will show you the haul. Okay, we are home. Sorry I got sassy in the car with you a little bit. Of course, the guilt is coming, but I had to tell it like it is. Sometimes I do that on the channel. Here is what we got. I'm excited to show you what we got and how we're going to use it. So, potato shortage. We've all been talking about it in the comments. I know it's a little daunting. I love potatoes. It's probably my favorite food, I think, because you can just make it into a pierogi, which is really my favorite food. But we got organic russet potatoes. I get it every single video I do like this. I don't have a freeze dryer, so no, I can't freeze dry these. My plan for these is to can one of the 3-pound bags, and I water bath can. I'm going to put my disclaimer here before anyone yells at me. You need to do your research on water bath canning, especially when it comes to potatoes. You can do salt, about a teaspoon in each jar. You're going to fill up the water, and then you'll water bath can for 3 hours, sometimes more, depending on what elevation you're in. Of course, you could pressure can these as well. And then for the other bag, I'm going to make them into mashed potatoes, and then I am just going to put them in the freezer. I love making freezer mashed potatoes because it makes the holidays a little easier. I found in the clearance section a Philadelphia cream cheese for $1, so I'm going to add that to it, a little bit of grass-fed butter. It's going to be phenomenal. On the subject of potatoes, I did go ahead and get some boxed, easy processed potatoes. We got scalloped, julienne, and au gratin, and I love having these on hand just because they're so versatile. You could add meat, you could add extra proteins, you could add vegetables to these, but I rarely am serving them plain, so I love having these on hand. These are not too bad of a price, $1.29, I believe, and I'm typically not adding milk and butter, but if you're keeping it shelf stable, go ahead and find some sort of butter that can be shelf stable. So you could do ghee, you could do the coconut oil with butter flavoring like I have, and then for your shelf stable milk, just use either evaporated milk, or you could do the powdered milk, or you could do some sort of non-dairy product. Moving on to the 99-cent bags. We got apples, 3 of those, so 9 total apples. I'm going to can them into pie filling, just a few bags. And then I'm also going to freeze some pie fillings and some apple jam. I don't typically make apple butter, but it's essentially the exact same thing as my jam. It's just that my jam is thicker. And then I did get bell peppers. I just dehydrate these, and then you can rehydrate them in chilies and things like that. I thought that was a really good price, and they're really beautiful peppers, so yay. Next up, I heard there is going to be some sort of fish shortage. I feel like we've been hearing that for years. Coming from a plant-based diet, which I'm not anymore, I heard that everything's going to dry up by 2050. I just not going to get into that, but you know, better safe than sorry. I get the wild caught, no nets, pole and line, skipjack, chunk light tuna. That's a mouthful, but 27 grams of protein per serving is phenomenal. And then on closeout right next to that was the same kind for $1. So I got 2 of those. These are wonderful in sushi bowls, just mixed with cream cheese or mayo. Put on top of your rice with some cucumber and fresh mango. That sounds delicious, but I got some canned protein, which I try and do every week, but sometimes it gets expensive, but this week we got very lucky. Next up, we got some marinara sauce. I dropped this in the line, and the kid that was bagging the groceries said that he's never seen it not break. So I guess it was my day, but we got some Simple Truth marinara and some Simple Truth vodka. We like to can our own tomato sauce. I actually just did a batch and ended up freezing it because I didn't feel like canning it, but these are also nice to have on hand. They have a really great flavor. I love vodka sauce. It is delicious. I could eat it with a spoon. So these are nice to have on hand, and they're on sale at Kroger for the next week is what I'm told. Moving on, another tomato product. We got diced tomatoes for chilies. Chili season is upon us, and we eat chili probably once a week. And then we got some tomato sauce. The Organic Valley is still 10 for 10. That has been a sale for 2 months now. I don't know when that's going to go out, but they have a great product and I like their company. And then next up, a fresh item. If you're not new here, you're probably sick of seeing this. The Organic Girl always goes down to $2.29, and it usually it's usually like $5.99, $5.29. So this is a great price. I got the super spinach and I got the baby kale spring mix. My chicks and ducks are organic fed as best as I can, so these will be great for them, but I didn't get enough for them. So I'm going to be using the super spinach in a greens powder form. So I dehydrate it and grind it down, and believe it or not, this does not make a ton of greens powder, but that is how spinach goes. And then the chicks and ducks can have the kale mix. They really love that because it's a little sweeter. So that's all that they had, and that completes our haul. I'm going to move on to one more item that I'm stocking up on. You know it is the season for it. I am so excited that I partnered with this small business. I am just loving their initiative, and I can't wait to show you. All right, super excited to introduce Salty Acres. They are a small micro farm down in North Carolina. Colin and Amanda, thank you so much for sending me these. You know how much I am an advocate for seed saving. They are a part of my Prepper Pantry hauls every single week. I feel that it is so important. So when Amanda reached out to me and asked if I wanted to try out these seeds, I could not say no. I was just so excited. Their initiative is beautiful. They sell heirloom seeds and they sell starts, which is super important, especially if you're a first-time grower. Salty Acres actually has a sale going on, and they are giving you a discount. I will leave all of the information in my description box down below, but let's go through these seeds. We have some jalapenos, and there's 20 seeds in that starter variety pack. We went ahead and grabbed some tomatoes. You know how much I love to can my homemade sauce. And then we got some bell pepper, which I'm so excited to grow because my variety is not doing the best right now from a huge company. I did not have any germination. So moving on, we got zucchini. You know how well that does in my garden. I'm excited to use all of the zucchini recipes this coming season. And then we have some cucumbers. I love making homemade pickles. Of course, some watermelon. I just like having fresh watermelon, don't we all, during that season? And I can't forget my favorite watermelon margaritas. They are just absolutely delicious. Moving on is new to me, Georgia Southern Collards. There's 100 seeds there. You know I love my greens. I'm excited to get that. And then we got some straight nut squash. And this is our little haul from Salty Acres. Again, thank you so much for just reaching out and wanting to support the channel. Go ahead and check out Colin and Amanda's Etsy. Use my discount code and tell them I sent you. They are just a phenomenal company with a great initiative. Alrighty, my friends, that is going to do it for today's video. Thank you so much for being here. I really hope this inspired you to stock up on the cheap and become a little bit more confident when it comes to being prepared for yourself and your family. I myself am a big advocate for being mentally and physically prepared. So I hope this inspired you to do so. Again, we would love it if you became part of our YouTube family. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and stick with me. I will see you this week for so many new videos. As always, stay adventurous, stay creative. I'll see you next time. Bye, everyone.